Hi, it's Grace Pike. I'm back with 5Features. Today we're talking with the Design Gallery by Sam's Furniture. They're going to be showing you how to set up conversation areas and bring in pops of color into your home. Make sure to like, share, and comment on this post to win a free custom in-store consultation with Marla Webb to pick out 2 custom pillows.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, I'm Lara here at the Design Gallery by Sam's Furniture, and I am here with our lead designer, Miss Marla Webb. And last time we talked about the 2022 trends and we gave you so much great information. But now we're gonna dive deep into how to set up your living room. So Marla, we have so many different aspects in here. Can you start telling us the best way to set things up and how we can decorate the space?
Absolutely. So one of the most often asked questions of me as a designer is, how do I know what pieces to collect? Should I match everything? Should I get all the same pieces? Should I have patterns and colors different? So what I try to tell people is that really in this day and age with design, anything goes. The most important thing that never changes is how to set up a conversation area in your living room. Because what you really want is for every one of your guests, your family, to feel comfortable in the space and to be able to talk to each other without someone being too far away or feeling like they're out of the picture. So what I want to do today is kind of talk about how we set this space up. This one in particular is one of my favorites because it's just so very simple. We have one sofa and it's in a very transitional style. It's a nice neutral color. So we added then a really nice colorful rug that still carries some of the same color as the sofa, so that brings that color through. We did little pops of gold, which you see that we've carried through the room in the form of pillows. We also then set it up so that you have the sofa, 2 suite chairs, which are chairs that actually match the sofa, and then 2 accent chairs that give it just a little bit of pattern and texture difference. And that's really important because we don't want everything to feel too flat. So then we put it all together so that it's very symmetrical. 2 chairs on one side, 2 chairs on the other. If, let's say, I wanted to have different chairs, really what that means is that you would want the different chairs to be 1 sofa, 1 chair over here and say a pattern, and then 1 suite chair over here. But when you have a set like this where there's more in the room, you really want 2 matching chairs and 2 matching chairs. That's quite important. So now we have a great conversation area. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we choose our coffee table wisely. In this case, we chose a hardscape table. It's in a round because everything else in the room feels a bit square and symmetrical. So the round keeps things a little bit organic. And then we went with black to give a little bit of depth to the space. When everything else is a little bit light, bringing in something a little bit dark is really helpful. It just keeps things a little bit more interesting. Then the next thing that we did in this space that I really love is that we mixed textures. So for instance, the lamps in this room are very glam. And then we chose to do a very rustic centerpiece for the table. That just shows that you don't have to have everything matching. We did the same thing with the end tables. We went round and light here. We went square and have a little bit of wood over here. That just keeps things different. You really don't want for people to think that you walked into the furniture store and bought a whole section. And people are always a little bit scared to mix metals and mix textures and mix different styles of end pieces, but that's really important. I think when you look at this space, it feels very well done. You're not sure why sometimes, but I think the reason is that it all feels very curated and collected as opposed to very matching. And that's very important when you're talking about design, and that's something that most people miss. It's a little bit easy just to go in and pick matching things. What you really want it to do is feel collected over time, and it really wants to carry your personality through the home, and I think that's really important. I think this particular vignette shows you a little bit of all of those things, and we're pretty happy with how it turned out.
Okay, Marla, so in the last vignette that we had talked about, it was very neutral colors.
That's right.
Well, now we've come into some very bright, just family-oriented, cheery colors, and I noticed that we have this accent chair over here that has such a vibrant, bright pattern to
That's right.
it. How do you take something with so many different colors and great textures and just really make it tie into the whole room?
Okay, so that's actually really hard for a lot of people because a pattern that's this bold and colorful can be a little daunting, and people typically don't know which way to go with it. So what I always do is suggest, if you have a favorite chair or a favorite pattern, by all means bring it in. But what we need to do is, instead of picking all the colors from the chair, choose one of your favorites. So that's what we did in this particular space. So what we wanted to do is, in this family-friendly sectional, because this is actually a little bit more family-friendly, it's more of a lounge piece, it's where everyone can get together and watch TV. So this is a very cheerful, happy place. But to keep it looking a little bit more elegant and cohesive, what we did is we chose one color from this chair and we went with turquoise. So here we just chose different patterns and textures and feels to make it feel great instead of all the colors, because that can turn ugly pretty quick.
Yeah, well, I see that
harder.
you did bring in other patterns too, but they're so muted.
That's right, they're very understated, and that keeps it just a little more simplified and elegant. If you go another bold pattern, it not only fights with the chair, but it starts to feel kind of like a clown sofa. You just want something to feel just a little more calm, a little more serene, and a little more friendly to the eye.
Absolutely.
So basically here we chose one color. We even chose it for the ottoman. And in this situation, being this is leather, then this is velvet, linen, fur, lots of different textures as opposed to lots of different colors. And that really is the key to keeping color smart.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and comment on this post for a chance to win the free consultation with a lead designer and 2 custom free pillows.